You need to find what you can do, not what you can't. What you can do without aggravation, not what you can't. And so we do an easier version. Oscar said, I'm struggling with the dead bug. Do an easier version. Lie on your back on the bed or on the floor and do the core engagement. Try that today. Oscar, try that today. Does that aggravate you an hour later? Okay, the core engagement didn't. Okay, now try the next step up, just lifting one leg. Did that? No, that didn't. Okay, well now I'm at a point. You'll find a point. And if I use the squat, for example, just to save me jumping up and down, if I can squat to here, that's okay. If I squat to here, now my back starts rounding, that's painful, right? So don't go that far. Do an easier version. You need to do the easier version that you can do, not necessarily aggravating ourselves. So the real work, Oscar, storyteller, find the hip hinge that you can do. What that you can do. I repeat, that you can do, not what you can't do. And then progress on from there. That's the most important starting point we really should have. We should spend a very short period. Oscar, no, do an easier version. That is the substitute, right? If you're lying on your back, you're saying you can't do a dead bug without getting aggravation. And admittedly, the aggravation here is a good while later, which I would be very dubious about. Like, just do the core engagement. Go back, Oscar, and watch the tutorials on this, right? Do the core engagement. Okay, what about that one, right? Okay? That you have to do that exploratory work. You have to go back and go through those to find what you can do, what you can do. Are we saying here that, for example, in Oscar's case, we can't lie back on the floor and just engage the core? Then we're doing something wrong in terms of the engagement movement, because I've seen you do the squat and the hip hinge, etc., at a certain level. So maybe we're doing some pelvic tilting. Maybe we're doing some pelvic tucking inadvertently. Maybe we're actually straining rather than engaging. We need to explore those kind of things. And Oscar, I would really encourage you, go and do some of that hard work. Start at basic, right? Start at just doing the most simple version. Go back to the very first phase 1 tutorial for the debug. Do the simplest version this afternoon and report back. Say, Mike, I was lying on my bed and I did the core engagement for 10 reps and this happened, right? And then go from there. And then we can build up. Okay, now try the next version. Okay, now try the next version. Then we find a version that we can't do. And then we find where it failed, where we had the trouble.